I can't believe this game came to that platform. If you're old enough to remember the early days of gaming on CD, you no doubt remember Night Trap. Originally released on a Sega CD in 1992, it later got ported to the 32X, MS-DOS, and the 3DO. It's a full-motion video game where you play as a secret agent guarding a group of young women at a sleepover. Your mission is to protect these girls from vampire-like creatures called the Augurs. You do this by monitoring the hacked security cams and triggering traps that have been set up throughout the house when you come across one of these Augurs. One of the girls that you're responsible for protecting is actually an undercover agent played by the late Dana Plato, whom you remember from Different Strokes. You flip through the rooms, set off traps, and hope to catch the bloodsuckers before they capture the girls. It was one of those titles that everyone had to have at the time. Of course, the game was also heavily scrutinized by parents, congressmen, and the media for its perceived violence and sexual content. And at one point, the game was even banned from stores such as Toys R Us. You see, Night Trap was part of the holy trinity of violent 90s games alongside Doom and Mortal Kombat. Back then, these titles sparked congressional hearings and led to the birth of the ESRB rating system. But for all the controversy the game stirred up, the game's pretty tame, especially by today's standards, and frankly it hasn't aged very well either, and that's putting it nicely. Depending on who you ask, it's either overrated or flat out one of the worst games of all time. Fast forward to 2017, Night Trap got a 25th anniversary remaster with upgraded visuals, deleted scenes, and other goodies. It will come to Steam, PlayStation 4, and even the PlayStation Vita. Now, here's the hilarious part. During those congressional hearings I mentioned, Nintendo's president Howard Lincoln swore that Night Trap would never touch a Nintendo console. According to him, the game didn't meet their standard, which was convenient because Nintendo didn't produce a CD platform and the Super Nintendo lacked the capability to run the game anyway. Of course, this was also around the time where Nintendo had the SNES and Game Boy versions of Mortal Kombat censored. So that made it all the more hilarious when the Night Trap 25th anniversary hit the Nintendo Switch in 2018. So I guess that makes it the 26th anniversary edition. I digress. Anyway, you can cop it for $15 and it goes on sale often. It gets even better though. In 2024, Limited Run Games dropped the Game Boy Advance version as an April Fool's joke. It only plays the game's videos and doesn't have any gameplay, so I guess that would be the 32nd anniversary edition. Again, I digress. Night Trap is basically the Plan 9 from outer space of gaming. Younger heads might not see what the big deal was, but for older heads like me, it's got a weird charm to it. And the extras are a cool thing to have too. I'd say check it out at least once. It's cheap, and at the very least, you'll get a chuckle out of it. All things considered,